Hello, good evening, SC viewers. This is Satellite Media. If you are new to the channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. This is coming from the Point Newspaper. It's a breaking APC National Chairman Ganduje resigns. You go further to say that the National Chairman of the ruling All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, has stepped down from his position. A source within the APC National Headquarters, who does not want his name mentioned in print because he is not authorized to speak on the matter, said the National Working Committee will announce an acting chairman soon. As of Friday, details surrounding his resignation remains unclear at press time. However, a reliable source exclusively informed our correspondent that yes, Ganduje has resigned and most of his personal belongings have been moved from the APC National Secretariat. The National Working Committee will soon confirm this and announce an acting replacement. When our correspondent visited the APC National Headquarters in Abuja, several party supporters were seen gathered in clusters, discussing the development and awaiting official confirmation from the National Working Committee. Attempts to reach the APC National Publicity Secretary Felix Moka for confirmation or denial were unsuccessful, as he did not respond to calls from our correspondent. Meanwhile, a former media aide to ex-President Muhammad Buhari, Bachi Ahmed, posted on his X handle on Friday, said the national chairman of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has resigned from his position, effective immediately, as confirmed by multiple sources. The former national chairman of our party will be succeeded in acting capacity by one of the party's national vice chairmen until a substantive chairman is elected at the national convention scheduled for December 2025. At this point, let me quickly say that it looks as if the case involving the vice president of Nigeria, talking about Shettima, has consumed the APC national chairman, or some people may even argue that APC national chairman who just resigned or who purportedly just resigned may be being positioned perhaps to take over the position of vice president of Nigeria, maybe ahead of 2027, when the president will be contesting in 2027. Because remember that before now, there has been so much controversy regarding endorsement of the president without acknowledging Shettima as his running mate for the purpose of 2027. We saw the APC meeting at the level of Northeast, where after the endorsement of the president, talking about Senator Tinubu, the APC national chairman that they just mentioned that just resigned, did not actually acknowledge that Shettima will be joining him in that ticket. Immediately, we saw protests being led, that was led by the governor of Borno State, talking about Babagala Zulu. Of course, the tension was high, the atmosphere was chaotic. By the end of the day, the security agencies had a hectic time while they whisked important personality out of the venue. But the way it is, I think it's becoming more deeper, because before now there was speculation that the president, Senator Tinubu, may be discussing and negotiating with Kwankwanso, the leader of Kwankwanso movement, of course, an MPP member, of course, to see whether they can liaise with him so that he becomes his running mate for the purpose of 2027 presidential election. And the reason that Tinubu may be looking beyond Shettima is not far-fetched, because we have seen serious level of opposition in the recent time, particularly the opposition being led by Atiku Abubakar. We have seen the party coming together and their intention to register a new political party, which they now call the All Democratic Alliance, that goes by the acronym ADA. And the way it is, I think the opposition is swelling. The people who are gathering to see whether they cannot sit a Tinubu is increasing by the day. We have equally seen the likes of Ahmed Baba, while he resigned from his position. Of course, he was very vocal that he cannot continue working with Tinubu's government because he felt that he do not believe that Tinubu's government can solve the Nigerian problem. And if you look at the list of those who want to oust Tinubu out of office come 2027, you see that it is increasing. We have seen the likes of Malami, who have joined the league of those who want Tinubu out of office. Remember that Malami is a key member of Buhari CPC, and CPC is one of the blocks in APC. At the time, it was rumored that the CPC bloc in APC wants to pull out of APC. We understand that the presidency, the presidency handlers were very much interested to make sure that they didn't pull out. And at the time, they made the world to understand that they are going to negotiate with them. And at the nick of time, Makura, who is seen as the leader of the bloc, came out to say yes, that they stand solidly behind the president, his Renewed Hope agenda, and the APC, that they are not going anywhere. But shortly after he would make that statement, Malami came out very vocal to say, no, we are not, and Makura is not competent and is not in a position to speak for CPC bloc in APC, that as far as he's concerned, he is not going with them. And we have seen that in action, because going forward, we have seen Malami hobnobbing, synergizing, meeting with the likes of Atiku and all that. And apart from that, another strategic person in CPC bloc is Babachi Lawa. We know that Babachi Lawa enjoys a robust relationship with Buhari himself. We can clearly see Babachi Lawa playing pivotal role, significant role in this current coalition, moving to unseat Tinubu out of office come 2027. And another figure is the man who is from Kaduna State, talking about Malam Nasir El-Rufai. Nasir El-Rufai is a close ally, not just from the CPC bloc, but a close ally of the man Buhari himself. Remember that in the build-up to 2019 election, when an El-Rufai chose a Muslim ticket for his own election in Kaduna State, when criticism arose, he made it very clear that he was not bothered about losing election, that if it means losing election on the basis of him choosing a Muslim ticket, that he already had a job. And he was saying it because before then, Buhari already won as the president of the country in that 2019 election. So by our standard, he was saying that if he lost the election in Kaduna State, he will get appointment from Buhari at the national level. So that goes to show that actually they are close pals. And of course, he had made it, the Malam Nasir El-Rufai made it clear recently that he is a Buhari boy, that he will have never been a Tinubu boy, that he only worked with Tinubu for purpose of convenience, because at the time his party chose a Tinubu in 2023, it behoves on him as a party stakeholder, as a party member, to work for the candidate of his party. Now, beyond that, if you look at the expanding nature of the coalition, even an Obi who was foot dragging, who was not very prominent in that coalition, it seemed as if he had completely and fully embraced that coalition. I think all of this have to give a Tinubu worry, because it's a genuine fear. Seeing all the major political leaders, stakeholders coming on board on one political platform to fight one man, Senator Amebola Tinubu, I think that may have informed his handlers, Tinubu handlers and Tinubu himself, to see how they can strategize ahead of 2027. Because the way it is, if you have Obi in that coalition, you have the likes of Atiku in that coalition, the likes of Malami, the likes of Babachi Lawa, the likes of Amechi, the likes of course, the list continue going, the likes of Lamido, of the former governor of Jigawa State, who have made it very clear that any coalition that seeks to remove Tinubu from office, that he's going to be a party to it. So, for me, I think this may have informed the reason behind Ganduje resigning. The party is speculative anyway. His party may be strategizing on how to get more vote from the north, because if, for instance, the president, Senator Amebola Tinubu, decides to drop Shettima ahead of 2027 election and pick maybe Ganduje or even Kwankwaso, there is every tendency that the bulk of votes he got from Borno State in that 2023 election, that he may not get it. Consider the fact that we are already seeing aggrieved people because of the speculation of likely dropping Shettima. Remember that even Shettima is the political godfather of the current governor of Borno State, talking about the man who protested in the meeting last time. And of course, it's very clear that if eventually the president, Senator Bola Tinubu, decides to drop his running mate, his vice president, it means the North is going to be fragmented against him. And I think that may have influenced the reason behind this move. Though it is not clear, but we'll continue watching our event unfold itself. But what is very clear is that those who want Tinubu out of office is increasing by the day. And Tinubu himself, whom many people, many watchers, many players, many pundits sees as a master of the game, cannot keep quiet, cannot stand aloof. He must also have his own plan. Remember that in the build-up to this coalition, that is when Tinubu made a very bold move, talking about how he broke into South-South geopolitical zone to grab 2 states. Because as we speak, the governor of Delta State, Obore Sheriff, and the immediate past governor of the state, and all the party structure of PDP have been defected from PDP to APC. We have equally seen a similar thing that happened in Akwa Ibom recently. So I think Tinubu is trying to strategize, seeing that the opposition against his re-election is increasing. And this may be particularly because the president himself may not have performed very well, considering his promises, considering the welfare of the people, considering insecurity ravaging every part of the society. Of course, he must see that he get more people on his side if he must return to Aso Rock come 2027. We continue watching as event unfold itself, but what I promise you is that we will always bring you the update as it happens. Thank you very much. This is Satellite Media and I'm Mr. Matu.